Welcome to the Supercast. I'm your host, Superintendent Anthony Godfrey. Today we take you where very few have gone before. A Bingham High School classroom turned landfill, filled with hundreds of plastic water bottles, milk jugs, and food containers piled high, almost to the ceiling. It's all for a good cause, as theater students in the upcoming musical Children of Eden are involved in a real-life recycling lesson. All of the costumes for the musical are being made out of recycled and reused plastics. Here's what I discovered on a recent visit to Liz Smith's classroom. Some intelligent and talented theater students who care deeply about planet Earth. Hi, guys. Yes, I am an hour later than I wanted to be, but that's okay. So what do you guys have cooking here?
A whole lot of plastic is...
Yes, you do. Wow,
Yes.
Look at that.
Turn around.
Holy cow.
I'm Liz Smith. I'm one of the theater teachers here at Bingham and the director and choreographer of Children of Eden. We are using all of the plastics to create the animals that are needed for the musical. There are lines in the musical that talk about how we as humans have kind of destroyed the world for the animals. Now we're going to create our animals out of the plastics that the cast members have been collecting, that we've been collecting around the school. And so right now I just have a landfill, but we're going to turn it all into something.
Yes, a classroom fill, if you will. It's pretty crazy. I've got empty yogurt cups, sour cream bins, and a mound of it. And so it looks like you have plans for this, hopefully. Again, the mound of used plastic piled high in Miss Smith's classroom is going to be used to create all of the costumes for the school's musical. And in this case, the costumes are going to tell a lot of the story, is that right? So they're not really costumes, is it more of a creature that you're going to be inhabiting, or is it a costume?
So this is an ostrich, and it's got a flexible neck made out of cardboard and plastic bottles, and then a head made out of a milk jug.
Can I pick it up, or will I damage the spine here? So is this a milk jug on top?
Yes.
Where are you getting these designs from?
Just offline and from creativity, but for this one we found a picture online, and we're basically trying to copy it as much as we can out of all recycled plastics.
One costume I found, almost complete, was a turtle. So this is, was this the top to like about 3 dozen Walmart chocolate chip cookies or something at some point?
I think it was from a Neater's catering, like when Neater's catered a luncheon here. I believe it was actually from alumni, the alumni luncheon during homecoming week. So student government donated that to us, and they took it and painted it, and then all of the parts on top are water bottles. Like
Oh, wow.
These are from just water bottles. And
Yeah. So it's the pattern. It's the pattern from the bottom of water bottles, and I think I see an Aquafina right there. Yeah. Wow. And I'm a little disappointed in myself that I didn't recognize this catering top. I love a good catered lunch. I kind of pride myself on knowing my food containers a little better than this. But again, they look like flowers. The bottom of water bottles look like flowers. If you're listening at home, pick up your water bottle, put the lid on first, and turn it upside down. It's a flower on the bottom. What have we here?
It's an aardvark.
Oh, an art. Of course, it's an aardvark.
It took a long time to find my character, but once I found it, it was spot on.
Did you always know you had an inner one? What is it again? Aardvark?
Aardvark?
Did you always know you had an inner aardvark?
I mean, they stick to corners and they like dark places, so yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Well done. Well done. You are transforming the plastic and in turn transforming the people who wear it. That's very cool. And are these sour cream lids? Yes. Yourself walking around now looking at everyday objects saying, I could make something out of that. I saw a lot of heads nodding, though, that you are looking at things in a different way. And that's literally what we're trying to do, literally and figuratively, with education, is have you look at the world in a different way. So it sounds like that's really being accomplished through this project. When do we get to see the performance?
So Children of Eden will run November 22nd, 23rd, 25th, and 26th. And then we have also been asked to perform for the Utah Theater Association Conference. So we will run again January 17th and 18th. And anything that we don't end up using that we've collected, we will separate the things that we can actually take to a recycling center. We will take to a recycling center, and sadly, there's a lot of these plastics that are not recyclable, and we will just have to throw them away. But we're hoping to use as much as we can, so that we are doing our part to help make our world a little bit better place.
Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll hear a song from the musical Children of Eden.
Hey, you okay? Yeah. I just have a lot of stuff going on in my head.
You need to talk, dude. Stop hiding behind the happy face.
Talk with no filter. Get the Safe UT app. Download it now.
Available on the Apple App Store, Google Play, or safeut.org. Children of Eden runs November 22nd, 23rd, 25th, and 26th at Bingham High School at 7 p.m. There's a matinee on November 23rd at 2 p.m.
Welcome back to the Supercast. I'm Anthony Godfrey, Superintendent of Schools for Jordan District. What's your name?
McKenna Ashby. I'm a senior here at Bingham High School.
And what are you going to sing?
I'm singing Spark of Creation, who the character Eve in Children of Eden sings, and it's a beautiful song of when she's finally figuring out just the beauty in the world and just right before she eats the fruit. So. The spark of creation, may it burn forever. The spark of creation, I am a keeper of the flame. We think all we want is a lifetime of leisure, each perfect day the same, endless vacation. Well, that's alright if you're a kind of crustacean, but when you're born with an imagination, sooner or later you're feeling the fire get hotter and higher. The spark of creation. Oh, wow.
Great job. Thank you very much. That's great.
I have loved this musical since I was first introduced to it back in the early 2000s. It's one that's not well known. It was written by Stephen Schwartz, who also did Wicked, so that's something more people are aware of. And just as I've encountered the show, I've actually, this will be the third production that I've worked on, and I've learned something different every time that I have been with this show. This time because there's lots of different messages through it, and as the kids will attest to, I've barely made it through a rehearsal without crying, sometimes ugly crying. So we're gonna see how well I do getting all the way through it without ever crying. But the idea of just this time when I came back to it, I found just such a strong message of environmentalism and doing your part to make the world around you a better place, giving people and things a second chance.
I think it's just kind of shown just how far we have to go in the terms of environmental and getting rid of our plastic addiction we have right now.
I can see how, on an outside perspective, how collecting the plastic has been affecting the school, and I think that the rest of the programs in the school are really impressed with what the theater department has been trying to do with recycling and trying to affect the environment with musical this year. So,
well, this show has been very effective. It has affected me a lot because it's all about loving people who are different than us and just really being accepting of everyone, because we all live in the same earth and we're all cohabitating the earth, and we just all need to love each other no matter what our differences are, no matter where we come from, what our family situations are like. We can all just fill the world with love.
Wonderful. I've loved spending time with you guys. I took drama in high school and was in the productions. I was not in the musicals because I could not sing or dance. Or I thought I couldn't sing or dance. Maybe it's still hiding inside of me. Before leaving, I had to share a bit of acting trivia with these talented theater students. I actually had a bit part in a movie called 3 O'Clock High. A classic, if you ask me. No lie, because it was a speaking part, I still get residuals. So this year I got $2.37 from Universal Studios. It was so awesome. Thanks to Liz Smith and her theater students for sharing their thoughts on Going Green as they prepare to take the stage for their upcoming musical. We appreciate you tuning in. And remember, education is the most important thing you'll do today. We'll see you out there.